Hey y'all, it's Jess. Welcome back to my channel for another video. So today I'm going to be doing a lot of random projects around my garden. I have a lot of things that I want to go ahead and get in the ground today before it starts getting too hot. I also want to try and tackle my drip today for the front bed. I'm not sure. We'll see if we'll get to that. That's probably going to be my last project for today. And then I also have some maintenance things I need to get done. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So I think the first thing I want to go ahead and tackle is sealing my pavers, and then we'll move on to planting. Alright, so I got all of the polymeric sand into the cracks. I'm going to let this sit and settle. I'll come back and kind of hammer it in, and then we'll wash it off. Alright, first task is done, so I'm going to let that sit and dry. It does need to sit for 24 hours with no rain in sight, which I wanted to get it done today because we're expecting rain, I think, in 3 or 4 days. So, should dry perfectly fine. Next, let's move on to the backyard. Alright y'all, so now we're in my back bay window garden, and I have noticed that I actually have aphids on both of my rosaceran bushes. So, I did try spraying them a couple weeks ago with a Bonide product. That didn't work. I also cut off most of the growth, so they're a lot smaller than they were in the beginning of the season. That also has not worked, so I have ordered some ladybugs. Let me show y'all. Okay, so here are the ladybugs that I've ordered. As you guys can see, they are active right now, but these are pre-fed ladybugs. I just ordered these on Amazon, you guys, but this is how it says to introduce. So it says introduce in the early morning, evening, or on a cloudy day. It's kind of cloudy. The sun is just now starting to come out. It says to mist the leaves to improve ladybug habitat, and then introduce the ladybugs at the base of the plant. So also says to introduce them several times throughout the growing season. I am going to release half of them in this bed and then the other half at the other rosaceran. So let me set up the camera. Do y'all see that? When I tell y'all this entire bush was covered, I've cut this down almost half the size it was in the beginning of the season. Oh, I just need them gone, you guys. Look at the back of these leaves. Hold on. Let me give you find a good shot here. I'll see that. Oh, it's so gross. So I have black aphids. There's a lot of different types of aphids. I have the black ones. I don't know how they got introduced to my garden, but I need them gone, y'all. It's stressing me out. All right, so here's my other rosaceran. This one I did cut back really hard. I think I cut off most of the aphids, but I'm going to go ahead and release some at the base here as well, just to be on the safe side. I'd rather be safe than sorry. I mean, I've got 1,500, might as well let them do their thing. Wonder if I can put some on the plant as well. Ooh, they're already going to work, y'all. Look at this. See that one down there? She found a whole colony. Yep. Kill them all. Get to work. Loving it. Okay. Project number 2 accomplished. All right, so next task, I want to go ahead and get some plants in the ground before it starts getting too hot. As you guys can see, the sun is starting to move over here. I have already started to mulch this bed. I only got to here. So I still have a long way to go with mulching this bed. I did come in and spray all of the weeds. They are finally starting to die back. So I can go in once the sun goes down and start mulching the rest of this bed. But y'all see my peony. Isn't she stunning? So this one is called First Arrival. I picked this up from the farmer's market last year. It only had 3 blooms. This year I have 5 huge buds, and I cannot wait to see the rest of them open. I intentionally planted this here because this is my view when I first wake up in the morning from my bay window. I wanted to be able to see these blooms every spring, and oh my gosh, it is stunning. And I planted it right beside my rose tree, so I cannot wait to see that bloom. Also, look at my poppies, you guys. So I picked 3 of these up on clearance a while ago. I did save the tags so I can remember what they are. They're called Spring Fever Orange Iceland Poppy, and they were like super dead looking when I picked them up. I just put them in the ground, watered them, cut them back, and they have put out so many new bud stems. I'm so happy with them. I just love orange blooms, you guys. So yeah, I am going to plant a couple of plants in this bed. I'm thinking, oh y'all, I don't know. Let's go look at the plants first. All right, so here are all the plants I have left to get in the ground. I have 3 hydrangeas that I dug up from my shade garden. They're in pots. I had 4. I lost one of them, unfortunately, so I do have 3 that I need to find somewhere to go. I have this lemon lace elderberry that I got on clearance from Lowe's. It's starting to come back. And then over here, I have a couple of agapanthus. This one is white blooming. Well, it's white and purple. And then this one over here is like a deep bluish purple. As you guys can see, it is getting ready to pop. So I need to get this in the ground. I picked up both of these. Y'all will not believe the price. They were originally $42.99. I got both of these for $8 a piece, you guys. And there are like 7 plants in this pot. Like, there's so many stems. I could easily divide this and have plenty, but I'm gonna go ahead and just pop them in the ground. Behind that, I have this gorgeous rhododendron, y'all. I saw this in full bloom at Lowe's and I just couldn't pass it up. Y'all know I have a love-hate relationship with rhododendrons because they don't do well in my garden anywhere that I put them. But I just had to have this, y'all. So I'm gonna find somewhere for that to go. I do also have 2 hostas back there I need to get in the ground. These, unfortunately, are my annual, well, quote unquote, annual hydrangeas that did not come back this year. So I need to toss those. And then I have 2 more hydrangeas down here. These are Invincible Spirit 2s that I need to find somewhere to go. All right, so I think I've decided I want my first plant to go right here. As you guys can see, I have removed my hose box. I did take that to a roses, and I will be having a new hose feature over here. But I think the agapanthus will do nicely here. So I'm gonna go ahead and dig the hole for that. Do y'all see the roots on this thing? Oh my gosh, like, I feel like I should go ahead and divide it now, which I think I'm gonna do it, you guys. I think I'm gonna split it down the middle. Actually, should I make it 2 or 3? I don't know, we'll see. Let's just get to cutting and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so that's 1. Wow, y'all, like that's crazy. I think I can get 2 more out of this. That is awesome. Perfect. Okay. Okay, so to keep my symmetry going, I am actually going to remove my praying hands hosta, move that to the back, and plant another agapanthus in this area. Well, y'all, I broke my drip line, but I will fix that another day when I'm doing the rest of my drip. Let me find one more spot to put that last clump. I kind of think it'll be cute right here. All right, so I think my purple one, I'm going to plant it right in that little dirt patch there. Agapanthus is planted, and I think it's going to do amazing right here, you guys. I cannot wait to see the blooms open up. So here's a look at the tag. It is by Southern Living Plant Collection. It's called Ever Midnight Agapanthus. This one does take part sun. It gets 12 to 15 inches tall and wide, and it's hardy zones 8 through 11. I am here in North Carolina in garden zone 8A, so this should be perennial for me. Fingers crossed it comes back. I'll make sure that I mulch it really well in the fall. But yeah, y'all, this bed does get full afternoon sun, so I think it'll do fine. I cannot wait to see the blooms open up. Let me give you the specs on the other one that I divided. So I planted one clump here right beside my peony, which gives me plenty of space to come in with something else in between. But I think I'm going to enjoy those white purple blooms here. And then here is where I decided to plant the other two clumps, one on each side of my little air conditioning box here. Here's a look at this one's tag, also by Southern Living Plant Collection. This one is called Ever Twilight. Here's a look at those blooms. So they have a nice purple on their throat, and the pretty white blooms also takes part sun. This one gets 16 to 18 inches tall and wide. So this one gets a little bit larger. Hardy zones 8 through 11 as well. So I'm so excited to see how these two do here. All right, y'all, we're coming down home stretch. I got 3 more plants to get in the ground, and this is the update that I know a lot of you guys have been waiting for. If you follow me on Instagram, you did see that I have relocated a ton of stuff in this back corner. Also have already mulched most of this bed in the corner, and it's looking so good, you guys. So really quickly, let me explain what I did. So if you guys remember, I did used to have my bench sitting over here with my 2 pots. Relocated it to the corner, which I think is going to look so pretty. I do already have my cushions. I'm just waiting for the pollen to kind of die down before I bring those out. Still need to level the bench, but I'm really happy with the placement here. I also moved my juniper ball over here. Also gave it a haircut, you guys. The juniper ball used to sit over here where I moved my pufferfish hydrangea. So this one does bloom pretty white blooms, so it'll fill in this entire space. I also dug up my 3 salvia and planted them in a trio over here. The mugo pine has been moved. It used to sit over there. So I moved it over here, and then also tucked in one of the peonies that I grew from bare root last season. So I just think the placement and the flow looks so much nicer. And I also, these 2 little autumn frost hostas I dug up from my front garden bed, popped them under this here, and I'm loving the pop of color. I'm thinking I might, I don't know, y'all. So my thought process was, if I stand dead center here with the tree, I have one on each side flanking the trunk, and then I can go in and plant my 2 hostas on either side. But now that I see the pop of color here, y'all, I kind of want to go back and get more and just finish them all around the base of the tree. I think that'll be so pretty. But also, these 2 particular hostas that I have, as you guys can see, they are kind of like a tealish blue in color. These cannot take as much sun, so I definitely need to tuck these back here somewhere in my shade corner. thinking I'm still probably going to tuck them in on each side and I can finish the ring. So let's do that first. Oh, I think that turned out so pretty, you guys. I'm loving all of the texture and color in this area. It's just, ooh, it's making my soul so happy, you guys. And I've got my balance of symmetry. The only thing out of balance is my little Hinoki cypress here, which probably will locate at some point, but I'm loving its little size for now. So the two hostas that I just planted are called First of Class. They do get about 2 to 3 feet tall and wide in size, so I think they'll fill in that space nicely. And I still have enough room. I still haven't decided yet, but I have enough room to still go back in and do a small little ring of the Autumn Frost hostas if I decide to come back with that. So last but not least, we need to find somewhere to plant this gorgeous rhododendron, which definitely needs shade. So I'm thinking somewhere in this backdrop. Y'all, I don't know about these hydrangeas, you guys. I planted these from clearance last year. They flushed out with a bunch of new growth and then they just stopped growing. So kind of thinking I want to pop them out and plant some other hydrangeas back here on my backdrop. Still plan on coming in and adding another layer to my wall. I did come in off camera the same day that I moved everything in this bed and mulched. I did come in and fix the dip that I had over here on the wall. So at least that is done. But I think I want the rhododendron to go over here, y'all. And I kind of want it to go dead center with this middle bush. I think I'm going to like that. So let's do it. This is why you remove the tape from your cardboard before you sheet mulch. All right, y'all, rhododendron is planted and I think she's going to do phenomenal here. I am speaking it into existence. I am going to come back and sprinkle some soil acidifier around her roots just to make sure that she's nice and happy. But here's a look at this one's tag. It is by Monrovia. It's called September Song Rhododendron. She does take partial sun, so this part of my bed sits in shade most of the day. She will get a small little block of afternoon sun and then she'll go right back into shade. So I think she'll be okay. She does bloom in the spring, perfect for a woodland garden. And here's a look at her specs. So she does get about 5 feet tall and 6 feet wide. So I planted her dead center here so she has plenty of room to fill out. I can also keep her trimmed if I want to. She's hardy zones 6 through 8. Again, I'm in 8A, so pushing it for this one, but I think she'll do phenomenal. I'm going to speak it into existence and baby this rhododendron, you guys. But yeah, y'all, that is going to conclude my planting session for today. I still have not decided what type of hydrangea I want to replace these with. I will be digging these up and probably relocating them somewhere else. They're still alive. They're just not thriving. So that will be in another video. I also will be coming back and extending this bed out. So we will be doing some more sheet mulching and then I'll come in and mulch the rest of this bed and then we will continue with planting up this way. So that is going to conclude today's planting projects. Thank you guys so much for hanging out in the garden with me today. I hope you enjoyed seeing everything. I cannot wait to give you guys tours. Like once I get everything mulched and ready to go, it'll be go time. So anywho, I hope you guys get a chance to get out in your garden today, plant some pretty things, and I will catch you in my next video. Peace.